How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another YouTube video. For today's video, I have created the ultimate trading blueprint. I've packed this blueprint with so much information, but before we get started, why should you guys trust me? Now, if that wasn't a question you were asking yourself before, you should have been. There are so many bullshitters and posers in the trading community, and 99% of these people that are promoting a Discord, a course, or whatever, have not actually had a single month profitable trading by themselves. I want to prove to you guys that I've had a very profitable career trading. Let me show you guys. All right, so as you guys can see, we have a $62,000 month right here. Anyone who trades on the Webull platform knows this can never be faked. I stopped using Webull like a good year and a half ago, but I want to show you guys a couple months that I've had. Let's move on to the next month. Small little $21,000 month. Go to custom. We go to August. We go to September. $40,000 month right there. And then we move on to September to October. $41,000 in just 1 month right there. And then we can go right here, October to November. $550,000 month. One of my biggest months trading. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is only one of the few accounts that I had during these times. I want to show you guys a couple withdrawals I made on this account. As you guys can see, this can never be faked. Check this out. Check this out. You can scroll down. 50,000, 50,000, 50,000, 50,000. All of these withdrawals, right? Obviously, this wasn't my first trading account. It wasn't my last trading account. I've had many different accounts I've traded on, many different brokers. But I also want to show you guys one of my other accounts. As you guys can see, this is my Robinhood account. We can click on all time right here. We can start all the way early 2021. As you guys can see, I was trading with $1,500, $800, all the way to $300,000 early 2021. I obviously withdrew all of that money now. Just keep a little bit of pocket change in there, but I now trade live every single day from my server. I post all of my real-time trades, Twitter, Discord. You guys can go check all of those things out, see my strategy in real time. But now that I've given you guys a glimpse of my trading career, who I am as a person, I even want to show you guys some of my card titles, the cards that I've owned, cards that I've bought with the money that I've made trading. Obviously, you should not be aiming for materialistic things trading. That's the last thing you should be focused on. But I just want to prove to you guys that I made it. I'm actually a successful trader. I'm not some daddy's money kid. I used to live in Lebanon all the way until I was 13 years old. I struggled a lot during the beginning of my trading career. I've struggled a lot during my life. But as of today, I like to think of myself as a very successful young man. And I'm here to show you guys what got me here, the lessons I've learned, the mistakes I've made. Let's get right into this blueprint. Hope you guys learn a lot from this video. Let's get right into explaining what trading even is. What are the styles of trading? Now, you guys are probably wondering how I made all of my money trading. So the first part of my trading career was mainly focused on swing trading. I would buy stocks, hold them for a good week or two. That's what swing trading is. You buy a stock, you can sell it in 2-3 days. It's a swing. You buy a stock, you sell it in 2 weeks. It's also a swing. I was buying stocks, holding them for a good week, 2 weeks, and then selling them when I was in the green, when I was in the red. You know, it was a bumpy road. But eventually, I began to understand how to actually look for swings, how to do due diligence, how to focus on actually going through the company's financials. It takes a lot of process, takes a lot of research, but it is worth it. I'd say that was around 4 years ago, but for the last 2, maybe 2.5 years, I've been mainly focused on day trading. Personally, I have nothing going on in my life, no work, no school, so I can sit down, make stress-free trades that, you know, can happen every single day. I don't have to buy a stock, wait 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half for it to go. So day trading has been working very well for me. I like the style of it, so that's kind of what I've been focused on. I do take a couple swings on the side. For example, right now, I'm in the ticker PHAT. I bought in at $7. Here's a screenshot of my entry. And right now, it is currently trading in the 11s. So it's been a very solid swing, but I plan to hold it for a year plus. Short-term swings, I haven't been trading that recently. Maybe down the line, when I see swings getting hotter, I will start to get back into them. For now, day trading has been going very well for me, and I will stick to it. Now, obviously, you guys might be asking, what do I trade? Options? Do I trade penny stocks? I mainly, and for my entire career, have only traded penny stocks. Trading options is personally against my religion because it is considered some sort of gambling. So I've never tried it. I've, only attempted to take a couple option trades here and there just for fun. And I remember this one time, it was ticker CLSK. I made around $4,000 trading some options on it. I donated all of the profits. It is against my religion to keep any profits from options trading, futures trading. I only stick to buying and selling assets, right? That is what day trading is. Options and futures are basically just, buying the right to own a share, but not actually owning a share of the company. So that's kind of why I stay away from them. All right, you guys, so before I get into brokers, tools that I've been using to make consistent day trades every single day, I first want to get into the beef of trading, right? What is the main aspect that you guys need to grasp to make consistent day trades every single day? And no, it's not a strategy. And believe me when I say this, most people, overthink it. They think, oh, it's, I don't give a shit. Like, oh, yeah, whatever. I need to focus on actually finding a strategy. No, you're wrong. The number one most difficult thing to actually grasp as a day trader is psychology. First things first, if you actually understand what you're trading and have actually taken the time to research and learn about trades, about the market, about volume rotation into day trades, that by itself is already going to improve your psychology to another level. You're going to have less negative emotion affecting your brain. You're going to feel more comfortable in the trades that you make. You're going to have better conviction in every single trade that you're looking at because you have the knowledge to back up what you're seeing. You're not just going based off of hope. You're not going based off of feeling. You're going based off of confidence and knowledge. Another aspect of psychology, probably one of the most profit-killing aspects, is FOMO. I'm sure you guys have heard this, fear of missing out. It is so real. It's not just the fear of missing out. It's like you're watching a stock go up. In penny stocks, we have this all the time. We have top gainers ripping 20, 50%. You miss an entry and you're like, fuck, I just missed it. It's going to keep going. I don't want to miss it again. You slap, you lose all of your gains. Then the next trade, you're revenge trading. You're going in, all right, I need to make this back without even thinking about it. You need to have emotional control. You need to actually control yourself. This is where emotional control steps in. First of all, you would have never taken that first FOMO trade. You would have had the control to say, okay, I'm not entering this trade. It's already up 20%. It's already overextended. It's too overbought. So I'm stepping away. That is kind of my specialty, is staying patient, right? I avoid every single ticker that is running. That is probably my biggest piece of advice. I only focus on the low volume consolidation tickers that are accumulating, that are being bought by buyers, right? I don't want something that is overbought, that is going to sell off soon. Remember, the faster the pump, the harder the dump. Obviously, FOMO is a lot harder to actually control if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you're just sitting there on your computer, just taking random trades, you haven't even spent the time to learn what you're trading. Like, come on. And I know so many of you guys can relate to this because I was like this first, right? I was thinking, all right, if I just keep buying and selling with this $200, I'll figure it out eventually. It'll make sense. Like, that is not how it works. You need to take the time. Just watch a shit ton of YouTube videos. Spend so much time researching and figuring shit out by yourself. You need to spend the time, right? Most people sit there thinking, oh, I'll get it eventually, just like I did. It will never work that way. Screen time is your number one friend. It will help you become more confident in trades, help you control FOMO. It will keep you intelligent, right? You need to be smart. You need to be knowledgeable. Now, most people fail at trading because most of the population is just generally stupid. I'm sorry to admit it. It might hurt some feelings out there, but it is the case. Unfortunately, most people don't want to put the time in. Most people don't even, have the brains. Like, they're just too focused on stupid shit. They're too, dense. They can't grasp a lot of content. So if you're the type of person that just can't grasp a lot of information, can't keep hold of your emotions, then just quit. It's not worth it. Go focus on something else. This is not for you. Another big part of psychology is mistake learning. You need to learn from every single loss that you make, why you made that loss. I still do this every single day. Like, I'm on live with my team. I take a loss. I'm like, hold on. I need to figure out what happened, why I took this loss. I dive into it. I figure it out. I understand why I took this loss. Sometimes a winning strategy can still end up giving you a losing trade. That's just how the market works. You can't avoid losing trades. I lose to this day. Remember, you only have to win more than you lose to be a successful trader. Do not overthink it. And the final, and in my opinion, probably one of the most important parts of trading. I say this all the time, not only because my strategy revolves around this, right? It literally takes patience by the balls, and that's what it is. It's patience. And it keeps me grounded on my setup every single second of the day until I see the setup that I want, right? So my strategy specifically has me looking for accumulation, low volume consolidation, and sometimes these trades don't even happen, right? I'd say they happen 3, maybe 4 times a week. So a lot of days, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 trading days out of the month, I'm not even trading because I'm waiting only for my setup and I'm not focusing on anything else, right? The hardest part of trading the strategy that I trade is psychology because there's so many fake outs, so many stop loss hunts. There's so much bullshit happening in the market around us, so many, different tickers that are spiking with volume that you're just so tempted to trade the top gainers instead of actually focusing on the setup that's low volume consolidating, not getting faked out by it, having conviction in it. If you watch some of my trades, you'll see, oh shit, how the fuck did he not stop out here? You know, it looked like it was gonna dump. That's because I have confidence, I have conviction in my trades. I know what's happening. I know what is happening to the stock. I know how it's being controlled. I know what the algos are doing. I know how they want to stop out retail traders. I understand the market, right? It's taken me so long, but you guys have to realize I've been here. I've been talking about trading since my voice was squeaky, right? You guys can go back, watch a shit ton of old videos 3-4 years ago that I have on this YouTube channel. Every single day matters. I've been here every single day, countless amount of hours. One final time, psychology, grasp it, learn it, control your emotions, understand it. Now, moving on from psychology, I want to emphasize journaling. I know this is gonna bore a shit ton of you guys out there. You're gonna be like, oh fuck, I don't wanna watch this guy talk about journaling. I don't really care, you know, I'll do it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I understand how you're feeling because I was the same way. I was sitting here watching these videos when I was literally 15, 14 years old. And I was like, fuck journaling. Like, I didn't say that in my head. I was just like, yeah, skip, whatever. But I wanna emphasize to you guys that journaling is such an important part of trading. It will keep you accountable for your losing, for your winning trades. You will understand why you lost, why you won, what pattern you see in your losing trades, what pattern you see in your winning trades. I'm not talking about actually journaling, sitting here, writing down, oh, how I felt while I was taking this trade. No, I'm talking about, I took this trade here, I exited this trade here, go over it at night, accountability for every single trade that you make. This right here is a journal of a friend of mine that I introduced to trading around 2 years ago. You know, he spent a lot of time watching a shit ton of videos, spent a lot of time researching, but he always made sure to journal, to write down what he learned. And if you don't have something like this, if you're not journaling your trades like this, you're doing something wrong. Learn from this and attempt to kind of replicate what this is right here, right? He's writing down every single piece of information that he sees, that he's learning from, and he's making sure to actually hold himself accountable for every trade he makes, every move he makes in the market. Remember, writing something down is going to help you remember it. It's going to help you stay knowledgeable, stay educated. The next aspect of trading I really want to talk about is risk management, right? Risk management is super, super important. Most of you guys don't have good risk management because of the very first point we made, psychology. You don't have that emotional control. You can set some rules for yourself. You can say, okay, I'm doing this, but guess what? When it really comes down to it, you're not doing shit because you can't control your emotions. You're not a stable person. You're sitting there thinking with your dick, not with your brain. That is not the right way to go. But if you do develop good psychology, if you do develop good emotional control, if your mind is in the right place, here's what my risk management looked like when I was actually becoming a successful trader. So throughout my trading career, I've had many different types of risk management, but what always stuck, what always remained, regardless of the percentage I was looking for, regardless of the number I was looking for, is this. Every single trade I take, and I know a lot of people say, hey, take 10% on every trade, take 5% on every trade. Bullshit. Maybe only if you're trading one ticker, right? So if someone's a futures trader, options trader, and they trade SPY, or they trade NASDAQ every single day of the week, that might apply for them. But as a penny stock trader who trades at arguably a different ticker every single day, maybe even 2 different tickers every single day, I am focused on what the stock has potential for itself. My profit target and my stop loss adjust for every single trade. Every single trade moves differently. Every single trade has different potential. Every single trade has different buyers, different sellers in different areas. So my profit taking and my stop loss is based on the trade itself and what I think the trade is going to do. So if the stock is at $5, my stop loss would be maybe under $4.90, right? I'll give it some room for a stop loss hunt. And I never actually use a real stop loss, right? I have the conviction and the confidence in my trade to be able to say, okay, wait, I'm gonna give this a couple minutes here, kind of decide whether I wanna stop out. You know, the sellers aren't looking too powerful here. It might just be a fake out. And then guess what? Buyers swoop that dip. They wick it back up. Everyone with a stop loss gets stopped out. You guys end up taking a loss. I'm still in the trade. And this happens much more commonly than you would think. Just go watch some of my trades on my Twitter, on my YouTube. You guys can see some real-time trades that I've taken. You'll be able to see trades that I've stuck through, had conviction in, that I held and was able to profit on, right? So risk management for me really varies, as I'm such a confident trader in my trades that I'm just sit back and I rely on my instinct and I rely on the current setup that I'm trading. But If I had to build a small account from the ground up, I would focus on taking 5 to 10% per trade. I would compound the account, right? I wouldn't be aiming for 15, 20%. I would compound every single trade. Because you can't have unlimited day trades if you have an account under 25,000, personally, since I know I have an edge in swing trading, I would swing trade the account, make 20% on each swing trade. But if I was day trading, obviously, like I just said, compound the 5 to 10%. It's all about what you have an edge in. If you have work, if you have school going on, then day trading might not be for you. It's a lot harder to understand the psychology of day trading. It's a lot harder to control your emotions. It's a lot harder to kind of navigate all the different tickers that are running. So what I would recommend is you focus on swing trading, where you can just buy a stock, do some due diligence. I have multiple videos showing you guys some trades that I've taken, why, how I dug through the company financials, how I dug through the due diligence, dug through the catalysts that are coming up, bio tickers that have phase 1, phase 2 trials going on, why phase 2 is probably arguably the most explosive out of the phases, right? There are so many aspects to swing trading. Bio stocks, shell companies, shipping companies, so many different aspects and different companies that you need to have an edge on. A lot of people only swing bio stocks because they have an edge on it. Develop that edge. It is different for everybody, right? You need to see and you need to learn your life. You need to understand what is really happening around you to be able to actually understand what edge you have in the market and what you can be able to do that other people can't. And have some good risk management. It'll get you a lot further than you think. So the next topic that I want to discuss is goal setting, right? You guys need to create realistic goals. A lot of people enter the market and say, all right, I'm turning this 1,000 into 50,000. Next week, you're already down half your money. You have a good week and you're saying, all right, next week, I'm focused on making 100 a day again. I did really good this week. Next week, you lose all of your money because guess what? You're taking trades based off luck. Sure, the market had a good week. You got lucky a couple times here and there. You had a really solid 50% gain on your account. But guess what? It's going to shake you right back into reality because the next week, you're going to be like, what the fuck? I just had a losing trade every day. I lost even more than what I made last week. Don't be surprised because you're not trading with a strategy. You're not trading with good risk management. And you're not trading with good psychology, right? If you're day trading, you have a $500 account and you're up 50% in the span of a day, that's how you know you did something wrong. Because personally, as a good trader, if I was trying to grow an account and compound it and actually grow it from 500 to 25K, I would never sit there and make 50% in a day. I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't think about it. I'm aiming for 5 to 10% because I'm realistic. I have good risk management. So set some goals that are actually realistic and don't set goals unless you understand what you're actually doing. You can't sit there and look at the screen and be like, all right, fuck, I think it looks good here. Oh, this person said to buy it in this Discord. Yeah, fuck, I'll just buy it. Focus on understanding what you're actually doing before you actually set some goals for yourself, right? Your goal, if you don't understand what you're doing, is understanding what you do before actually trying to figure out, oh, I have a goal of making 1,000 a week. Oh, I have a goal of, taking this many winning trades versus this many losing trades. No, your first goal right now, all of you guys, because I know every single person that is watching this, maybe 0.1% can actually make profitable trades. Expectations. I want you guys to expect to take losing trades. Take a losing trade and be comfortable with it. It's not the losing trade that hurts you. It's not that little paper cut that, that 2% of your account that hurts you. It's what you do after the trade that's truly going to affect your entire trading career, right? Take the loss, grasp it, learn from it, understand it, because everyone takes losing trades. It is the market. You don't have to trip up. It is not the end of the world. It's not going to be the end of your trading career taking a small losing trade. It's what you do after. Same goes for a big win, right? The 200% runner that you luckily caught today somehow on God's green earth. You caught a 200% ticker. Next day you think, all right, I'm super confident. I did that shit. When, let's be honest, 99% of you guys sitting here watching right now genuinely cannot trade, right? You don't know how to trade. And you aren't understanding what the market is offering, right? So you're just sitting there basically gambling, but you don't think it's gambling. In reality, it is because you don't have a strategy, you don't have good emotional control, you don't have something you're looking forward to every day. You're kind of just like, oh, I'm watching the setups. I guess if this breaks above VWAP, it's worth a buy. Like, come on. That is not how the market works. And you need to get a grasp of yourself, truly understand what's happening. It'll be a while before you have your dream car, so make sure your expectations are real, right? They're reality. They're not far-fetched expectations. You're like, all right, I'm making 2,000 next week, when this week you had a lucky week. You know that you traded based off luck, based off taking random VWAP trades that actually worked out, and next week they won't. You need that stability in the market. You need constant change in the market. So make sure your expectations for each day, each week, you're learning, you're understanding. Let's move on to common mistakes. Now, the only reason I even have this section in the blueprint is so it can hit you guys real hard. You can be like, holy fuck, I've done this. I just did this yesterday. What the fuck? And I've done all of these mistakes. I've learned from these mistakes. You know, every single good trader has gone through this. It takes a minute to actually build yourself up to be able to withhold doing stupid shit, right? Let's get right into this. Stop doing this shit if you do it. I hope this, builds an implant in your brain that tells you, holy fuck, I remember him talking about this. I need to step the fuck back and relax. Let's get right into it. First, most common mistake I see every single day is trying to catch every trade, bro. You lose a trade, you win a trade, then you're like, all right, I'm moving on. Like, oh, this one, I'm VWAP break, on this top gainer. Stop doing that bullshit. You only need 1 to 2 trades a day, tops. And a successful trader isn't moving on from trade to trade to trade. He's focused on one move, he captures that move, he's out, he's done, waits till the next day, right? Most of you guys are sitting there moving from top gainer to top gainer, trying to find a trade, trying to find a ticker, trying to find a setup. No, you need to have something you're looking for, aim for that, and strike when it's ready. If you don't, that's how you know you need to step back and start learning. Second thing is you guys need to build your arsenal. Stop using that 9 EMA TikTok strategy breakout that you found on your For You page. Stop using that VWAP breakout because a lot of times these are not working. You need to understand how to read the tape, the level 2, the volume analysis, volume rotation, right? So when a ticker is going, another ticker is consolidating. When that ticker comes down, this ticker is going to go up. Volume is going to rotate. That is a very big aspect of my strategy. Most of you guys don't even know what that is. You're focused on, that VWAP break, that, support dip buy. Fuck that. It's not going to work. You can't trade the market off support and resistance off EMA breakouts. Otherwise, we would already have a strategy for this. Everyone would know how to trade the market. Everyone would be a millionaire. You need to diversify. You might use an EMA breakout here because you saw algos slap in the tape. You saw a good bidder on support. You saw a good buying volume, low selling volume that was leading up into the move, right? So diversify. You need to use everything you learn from multiple different strategies, not just one strategy, right? The market's always adjusting. It's constantly changing. Some weeks, VWAP support buys are really profitable, right? I notice that some weeks, pre-market high is a really strong level and it's working a lot more consistently than it has been in the last month. So I focus on trading that, right? You guys need to be aware of patterns that are happening in the market. That's why we have different trends going. Sometimes we have 50-cent stocks that are just constantly ripping. Sometimes we have shipping stocks constantly ripping, occasionally around November, December. So you guys need to understand the trends of the market and use that to your advantage. Very common mistake I see, revenge trading. I know I kind of went over this earlier, but super, super important that when you take a losing trade, you grasp it like it's a winning trade. You learn from it. You understand from it. You say to yourself, all right, I know what I did here. I'm going to try not to do it again. If I do, oh well, so be it. I'll learn from that again. But you don't, get your emotions all right up like, fuck, dude, just be all depressed and shit. No, you should be happy. You have an opportunity to learn, right? This is a real-time opportunity in the market for you to have a strong, strong lesson. What else do you want, right? What else can you ask for? So take it, grasp it. Don't take it and say, oh, fuck, like, shit, I got to lose in trade. Like, and then you see another setup 5 minutes later in the market. You're just like, oh, shit, low-key, like, I could just make my loss back here. This guy thinks it's going to go. He just said in the Discord, like,
come on. Stop!
Let me just go in right here. Don't do that. Like, come on. Obviously, a lot of you guys have done this. It's normal. It's usual. It is what it is. With so much social media toxicity, content flooding in everywhere, it's a lot harder to trade than when it was almost 5 years ago when I started trading, right? There was really nobody on Twitter, barely any Discord servers out there, right? It was mostly StockTwits, I remember was popping. So to me, it was a lot simpler to learn back in the day than if I had to start learning right now, fuck me, it would actually be 10 times worse because there are so many bullshitters, stupid 17-year-olds talking about trading, never made $1 in their life, right? And the crazy part is Most of you guys out there are listening to them because they're good marketers, right? They know how to market themselves, make it seem like they're good traders, when in reality, they don't know shit. So don't listen to anyone who can't literally show you their phone, show you their broker, refresh, just like I did at the beginning of the video, and be able to prove that they're profitable traders. 99% of them are not. That's just my take, and I'm right, and I'm willing to go head on to whoever wants to. So I've actually done it. I own cars, I don't rent cars. So make sure you guys are following the right people. That is actually another huge mistake most of you guys out there are doing. You're following some guy that is talking about some 9 EMA breakout, some VWAP dip buy, and you're just like, what the fuck? Yeah, maybe this can work. I'll try this. You end up losing your account because there's so many aspects to trading that he doesn't know, and neither do you, because you're following a sheep. Sheep follow sheep. So make sure you guys are following the right people, not the stupid retards. So let's move on to what broker I use, what I think you should use. So personally right now I use Thinkorswim. You guys see it in a lot of my day in the life videos. You guys see my trades, I screen record, show them to you guys in real time. Thinkorswim, I've been using it for around 1.5 years, almost 2 years now, I believe. So I do really think it's a good broker. I do like the platform of Webull better, but on Thinkorswim, I've noticed since I've made that switch from Webull to Thinkorswim that I do get better fills on stocks on Thinkorswim. That is something that I want to point out, but I do like Webull's platform better. Thinkorswim just gives me better fills, so I use both, right? I have my Webull charts open. I make trades on Thinkorswim. That's kind of how I roll. There's also Moomoo and there's E-Trade, but to me, Thinkorswim, Webull, the two best day trading platforms out there by far. And if you have any questions on navigating it, you know, how to set up your broker, which obviously when you get a new broker, it's very different from other brokers. You don't know how to set up charts. You don't know how to add times and sales. You don't know how to move things around. Just go YouTube it. Like, you shouldn't have any question about anything, honestly, because there are so many YouTube videos out by so many different people. And it's, to me, it's easy to filter out who's legit and who's not, who to listen to and who not to listen to. But I know it might be harder for some of y'all because, you know, as a beginner, you don't really know who's educated and who isn't. So in the comments below, let me know if you guys have any questions on any YouTubers to watch out there. It's honestly really up to personal preference. What I would recommend is opening a paper trade account with Thinkorswim and Webull and kind of just trading on both of them, seeing what you like more and going from there. Good luck. Finding a stock to trade. So for me, I'm filtering through the top gainers list on Webull, on Thinkorswim. Every single broker out there has a top gainers list when you can see all of the penny stocks that are making moves on the day. You can see the top gainer, which is 70%, second top gainer, 50%. It shows them in a list. I filter through every single one of them. What I'm looking for in my strategy is a low volume accumulating stock that had a pop, right? It was once a top gainer, now it's come down. So other tickers have the attention, while this one is just accumulating, it's consolidating. No one's really paying attention to it. It has low volume. I wait for the buyers to swoop in. I wait for them to buy the dips. I add the dips with them. I add the fake outs. I add the stop loss hunts, and I just hold my position. And I later on sell once the volume rotates into that stock again, right? Because most top gainers, not most, because a lot of top gainers that do pop, come down, consolidate, will end up eventually sometime in the day making another move. I know you guys have probably seen that a lot. You're in a trade, it goes down like 5%, you cut it, and then it dumps, right? And you're like, oh, thank God I got out. 2 hours later, you're in a Discord and they're starting to talk about it. They're like, holy shit, it's going again. You're like, fuck, if I held, you know? That is what it is. It's all about timing these tickers, right? We'll get into my setup in a little bit, but for me, like I just said, top gainers list, that's how I find my tickers. Another good tool to use would be a scanner. I know Scans has one. I'm sure you guys know what that is. They have this kind of scanner that just pings you, alerts you when low volume tickers start to get volume. They just kind of randomly pop. You get a ping. You're like, this one's going, and you're able to catch it. You're able to watch it a lot earlier than everyone else that's just waiting on the top gainers list is. But personally, I stopped using this around 2 years ago when the volume of the market really died off a lot. And back then, I used to kind of watch these tickers run another 100% right after Scans gives me them. As long as they're a right setup, they're a good low float, their setup on the daily is nice. But nowadays, I mainly never trade any ticker that's popping. I'm always kind of just waiting for it to consolidate, come down to the level that I want it at, where the buyers are really waiting for it. That's how I move. So I stopped using that. I only trade off the top gainers list nowadays. And obviously, what I do is stick to 1 or 2 tickers that have my confidence. I like the way they're setting up. I just continuously watch them. Tickers from the top gainers list. I pick out 2, continuously watch them, wait for accumulation, wait for consolidation, and then I make my move. All right, y'all, now for the part that most of you guys have been waiting for, my strategy, what I look for every single day. And then I'm gonna play some screen recordings of, some real-time trades of this trade, this strategy working perfectly for me. So let's get right into it. This is the type of ticker that I'm looking for, right? I wanna see a stock pop into market open and then exhaust, right? I want it to sell off. I want it to come down to a level of consolidation. This is known as accumulation, right? We're trading from a range, right? We're trading off this range to this range. And as you guys can see, this support right here is also previous pre-market resistance, right? That's a good sign. That means buyers are gonna target that level. So we're trading in this accumulation range, right? While everyone is focused on ticker XYZ, I'm focused on this ticker, right? They're all focused on the ticker that's going up, that keeps going up. I'm not. I never even touched that ticker. I never thought about touching it. Ever since this pop right here, I said, okay, I'm not playing this, because it's already too high. I don't want it. I don't care. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna stay patient. I'm gonna target this trade right here. Comes down, liquidity sweep, under support, right? Now people will ask me, hey, how did you not stop out? Because I know what to do. I have conviction in my trade. I'm not gonna stop out. I'm actually gonna add even some more dips here. While everyone is still focused on this ticker here, I'm keeping this ticker on my top watch, my top priority, right? So it comes down, grabs liquidity, and then ends up going up, while this one starts to consolidate, right? This takes the volume all over again because people are going to notice this ticker and they're going to be like, wait, wasn't this just going? Let me look into it. This is going to lose volume. Volume is going to rotate from this ticker into this ticker, and I'm going to sell anywhere right here, right here. I'm just going to scale off as it goes up. So I hope this kind of makes sense to you guys. While every trader, every retail trader is focused on this, and this is dead. This has very low volume here. Nobody's watching it. Nobody's focused on it. I'm focused on it. I'm waiting for that setup. I've been waiting for it. And here are some real-time trades of me trading this strategy very well. This has been working for me for months now. I constantly change around my strategy. Sometimes I trade momentum like this, but in this type of market with the inconsistency of momentum throughout top gainers, I'm focusing on tickers like this, and that's all I've been doing. I hope you guys learned something from these clips. Here you go. I'm already taking a look at BZFD. This is where my eyes are at. I know this is going to reverse. I hope we get that 42 level. That's where I want to take all my profits at. All right, there we go. Completely out. Just took an entry on VANI. Hopefully we're able to see 4-3 as BETS is starting to slow down now. Slowed down faster than I expected it to. So there you go. We have that 4-3 level now hitting on VANI. Now we have LUNR, right? And while everyone is focused on other tickers, the volume tickers, I'm going to focus on this. Very solid first trade of the day. To finish off this video, I'm just gonna leave you guys with a couple tips, some advice. So to get us started, I want you guys to, instead of focusing on support and resistance videos, volume videos, I want you guys to watch some real-time trades, some videos similar to what I have posted, just so you can actually learn and see a trader's psychology, how he's feeling, what he's thinking in the trade. And not only that, you can watch the setup, right? The setup play out. Why did he take the setup? Study the setup. So don't focus on just brainless education, focus on real-time experience. The number one thing that you can do to help you escalate your trading career is screen time, right? Being there every single day, reviewing trades, just being there daily, every day during the market, and actually understanding what's happening, noticing the patterns, noticing the trends, because the market constantly changes. This book right here, Trading in the Zone, will help you build your psychology to the next level. It's gonna give you confidence, it's gonna give you conviction into entering every single trade. So you're no longer gonna feel shaky, you're no longer gonna feel iffy about entering a trade. Read this book if you want to up your psychology to the next level. If you want some more book recommendations, check the link in the bio. The only other book that I've read that I can actually recommend that has helped me as well is Volume Price Analysis. That book is a very solid read. It will help you understand how the volume in the market works. Stay safe out there. The trading space is very fucked. So be educated, make wise decisions, and let me know in the comments what YouTube videos you guys want to see next. Peace.